open spot here for, at-large commission member. I'm understanding we got Parker Mitchell gonna be nominated.
Yeah, I was going to speak about Parker, and I'm glad he's here today. So,
So, Mike, Mr. Parker, please.
yeah, you bet.
Step up here
Yeah, you
somewhere.
can. Oh, here you go. Yeah, you can just speak up. It's fine. Yep. Yep.
Parker's been here forever. I knew him when he was a youngster. Since I was
Yeah.
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 years old.
And one of the original Holiday Island, you know, most everybody moves here. He's,
That's where my dad lives. We moved to Bob White and then we moved up to Country Club. Now I've got a place down at State Line.
And I know you too, I remember.
His
Yeah.
grandparents were,
Roy and Eleanor.
Roy and Eleanor Williams.
They're both deceased now, but
oh, okay. But yeah, obviously been here a long time and has a lot of good things that he's done. Has his mechanic certificate, I guess, if you will, and has been doing the mobile mechanic thing for some time. That's how I met Parker. I had an issue with my vehicle and Googled up a mobile mechanic, and he came right up. So did good work, and obviously recommend him to anybody that needs that stuff done, because he still does it. But anyway, I figured he'd be a great pick and a good fit for what we're doing here. We're a little different than other A&P commissions in that we don't have a $2 million budget. It costs a lot of money to create content, and for them to go back and edit it, it takes a lot of time. We did some of that last year, and we're using it for the chili cook-off this year for what we paid for the drone services last year. And but looking at, you know, future events, even the parades that we're going to be joining in Eureka. I mean, there's going to be, it's not just events here. We're going to be creating content all over the place. We can't afford to put it in our budget to do so based on what it would, the projected cost would be. And so we're going to kind of do some in-house stuff here, kind of like I'm already doing, except Parker really fits in this well because he's in that kind of digital age, and he's associated with drones, and he's already done some drone work for the A&P last year. I forget the event that was in the ballroom.
2 drones. I did New Year's, Christmas.
That's right.
And then I did a couple other things, golf courses.
That's right.
tournament they had.
That's right, the golf tournament.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we'll be using that this year.
Then doesn't have to be the only worker video.
Right.
That's
I think-
good.
Yeah.
That's why it got me.
Yeah. No, other than that, that's a really good fit for it. So I think we'll be able to team up and be able to start producing some stuff and keeping it on a regular, you know, basis and divvy up the time doing it. But other than that, yeah, it's just kind of getting us exposed as much as we can, and I'll be able to kind of doing my thing with NADA and all the other networking that I'm doing, and not have to be bogged down with the time of going to create the content. We're going to start going around to the businesses around here and kind of doing little interviews if they want to do them, you know, and just kind of going around doing that. We need to expose everything here and keep it in the rotation on the algorithms out there in the algorithm world. So in order to do that, we need another hand in here to help create that stuff. We can't afford to do it yet. I think we will in the future. We'll get bookings up and you know, create more tax in that regard, and be able to afford things, because it takes a lot of money to get set up, as we well know. Once we get past that hump, then, you know, maybe in the future we can really start affording to do stuff like that hired out. You know, we're not going to be a professional drone team or whatever. We're going to be kind of learning on the fly, but he's already produced work for us, and we've used it, and it's really good. And it's not much to it. I'm getting a little practice as we speak with my real estate stuff too that I'm doing it with. So I'm getting all kinds of practice. But yeah, I think Parker's going to make a great fit, and we'll be off to the races on creating content and getting all that stuff organized. So I think we should absolutely nominate him.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Appreciate you stepping
No
forward.
problem.
Yeah.
He's been here quite a while. I know, well,
I
Get
think
it.
we need to promote it. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
we need those-
we'll have a hand in these
Yep.
youngsters now too.
Right. And
That's
that's the
what
deal.
folks
He
figure out.
understands why we need this place exposed and promoted. You know, we need the help. They're coming here to use our facilities and our roads and infrastructure and everything like that. So it's time that we get some help from the people coming to use it. And he understands all that. So it's good.
All right.
Would you like to nominate?
I would. I'd like to nominate Parker Mitchell to the open spot on the A&P Commission.
And I'll second that.
Roll call vote?
Commissioner Plumlee,
Yeah.
Commissioner Lawler,
Yes.
Commissioner Coon, yes, Commissioner Hall,
Yes.
all in favor.
Aye.
All right, I'll get this turned into the city.
Okay.
Do you have time to maybe come to the city council meeting tomorrow evening? If you're
Yep.
available?
Yep.
Could you
Cool.
do that?
Yeah.
Because they have to approve this nomination.
Yep.
And then you'll be
I'll
at the next
come.
meeting.
Yeah, I'll come down here too. That'll be great.
Very good.
Yep.
Thank you, Parker.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, thank you,
appreciate it,
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It's been
right.
tough to find people to step forward and
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it is
glad he
nice.
We
did.
still have an open spot for the, A&P commission, short-term rental or restaurant.
Yeah,
If anyone out there wants to, step up, come in and talk to us.
yeah.
All right, on to the next one, A&P commission float trailer for the Eureka Springs parades.
Yeah, I just kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. So that was the idea of the, kind of back to the budget deal. I looked at what it would take to, there's advertising, companies out there that have the trailers fit, and all they do is plug in your data, and it puts the advertising on to go in a parade or whatever. Well, those are about $3,000 a day. Yeah. I mean, I knew it was gonna be more than what we could do, but I was just curious. I was like, whoa, I'm in the wrong business. I need a fleet of those, but at any rate, so it got me thinking, we can do this, ourselves. There's really not much to it, and we can create a frame to hold a couple of, TV screens that'll be our digital advertising, and go in every parade that Eureka has and decorate the trailer according to the theme that they're having. And, there's been some of this done in the past, like we talked about. There's no reason why we shouldn't be in every one of those with a trailer with a TV on each side of that frame showing what we have here. There's so many people that come here, just like we talked about and always do, that have no clue we exist. And as long as they can get, a 3 to 6 second view of what we have on that TV screen, it's gonna be different. No one else has a digital sign going in the parades that I've seen. We would kind of be the first ones to have digital, and it would be easy. TVs are pretty cheap these days. It's just a computer screen, is all it is, and I can operate it from my phone. So it's not hard to do. I do it, the reason I came up with the idea is because I've dealt so much with these screens and having big get-togethers in Tulsa and, operating it from my phone. It's like, we can do that on a trailer. There's no reason why we couldn't. And I think it'd be memorable. There's not gonna be any other digital boards going by on a trailer, and it's gonna catch their eye and they're gonna remember it. And it's just gonna be kind of, still, nothing moving crazy fast or anything like that. We gotta have them be able to read it, and they're only gonna see it for 3 to 6 seconds as it goes by, But that's a lot of people to get visible to, and at a very low cost. It's gonna be, a lot of volunteer work to get that done, but I think we have that here, and with that idea to do it, I think that's gonna kind of give some motivation to people to get involved, to volunteer and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of the idea behind the trailer. I really, as far as the float, as far as any cost involved, I've got a little bit of cost as far as screens and that sort of thing, what the frame would take, but I believe all that can be donated. And I think I have some people that are willing to do it. So we might get the equipment and everything just donated.
What size screens are you talking?
Similar, a little bit smaller than that. I don't know what that is, but, the
That's about a
55,
65 -ish.
65, and that's probably.
That's a 75.
That's 70, it's close to 70, yeah, it's a big one. 65-inch TVs, they're, I've got one in my Airbnb, I've got one in my basement, I need to see if I can get working, I don't know what happened to it, but anyway, they're cheap these days.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all over the place, so if we did have to spend money on the TVs, I think we would be out less than $1,000 for the monitors, but I think we're gonna be able to get them donated.
All right.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's kind of the project as far as that goes, and the first thing I'm doing is getting a list of the actual parades, kind of like we talked about, going to the CAPC to talk to them, to find out what they're, not events, but a list of parades. There's gotta be a permit list or something that we can get to, so we know the actual, when the parades are, and just plan accordingly, and get them lined up throughout the year, and the volunteers lined up. Hey, do you wanna hop in this parade in August? Maybe someone can't be here in the spring during some But I don't know, how many parades are in Eureka Springs a year?
A lot.
I mean, 30?
Or whatever.
At least 52.
Pretty, pretty much anything that happens,
You
there's
know,
parade.
yeah, that's a lot of,
You're not talking car parades, you just can't get in that.
no, right, just all the, yeah, the car parades are,
More than one of them, so.
yeah. If you think there's less than 20 parades that we could get into?
St. Patty's Day,
They got Mardi Gras.
and
Mardi
then
Gras canceled.
two of them.
There's 2 right there, they just had, they
And
canceled
then the
it.
Christmas parade, and
They got
then
a,
zombie, what is
the
it?
Halloween zombie crawl.
Zombie crawl. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
about
now the
six, I
Jeep
think.
thing had a separate parade besides the Jeep thing, didn't they? I thought I remember seeing pictures of everybody in the street. Maybe that was after.
Yeah, I don't think they
Most of
had
the car
floats.
parades
There
are
were
just
floats,
Yeah, there
though.
was
There
just
were
cars.
floats in that Jeep deal. And maybe it has to be Jeep related, and we get a
Keep in
Jeep
mind, too,
sponsor.
that all the golf carts, all my buddies have new golf carts.
Right.
They all have Bluetooth, so we can
Yes.
also play music.
That's right.
like
You know, we
Disney
could do an
does, so it all
advertising.
coordinates all the way around the.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
See, there you go. We just need to get together and get some ideas.
And I know the band
lots of
teacher.
guys that would be love to do that.
It'd be fun,
As
yeah.
far as the golf carts.
Right.
It wouldn't be that hard to get together.
Yeah.
So.
I think so.
And that's one of the reasons I was gonna come to talk to you about, if you thought about this, but you've already thought about this.
Okay.
I got nothing else to
Ben's our
say.
think tank.
Yeah, right.
Well, call me, I'll get volunteers together.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate it, Pat.
So are we gonna vote on getting into these parades or?
Well, I
just
I don't
keep
even know if it's
discussing?
something that we have to vote on necessarily. We're looking at a donation-based deal. We're not spending money. We're gonna go with it on a donation volunteer-based deal. I just thought we'd bring it up and kind of get it in the air
Yeah, I'll just say that we're just all in agreement to pursue this.
to pursue the
Mhm,
project.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
Well, I'll donate for St. Patty's Day, the rainbow thing, but
Okay.
somebody's gonna have to buy about $20 worth of balloons.
Yeah,
It takes
well.
a lot of time to get them all blown up.
Yeah.
I'll get a helium tank.
Yeah, I don't have any problem donating.
I don't have the long
stuff.
capacity.
Right,
I'm
right.
not sure you wanna fill them up with helium, because when.
Yeah, then, yeah, they lose.
We lost
Helium's
a lot
pretty
on the last
expensive.
parade anyway.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's get into it and see where we go with
You
it.
might
Yeah.
wanna think about, I mean, everybody throws candy at,
Mhm.
Yeah.
those things. Can we get candy made with a wrapper that says something about Holiday Island, or?
Possibly, but usually what people do is they'll fill out candy along with some other stuff that's,
Yeah.
some,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a $5 discount at the golf
A
course.
koozie, koozies or, real cheap stuff like that, yeah. I was looking at, a number of things to get for us to, start using because I'm talking to the Naturals, the, Northwest Arkansas, is it Northwest Arkansas Naturals? Yeah, they play the Tulsa Drillers, I should know. But at any rate, talking with them, that's another subject we'll be talking about, but to possibly have a day at the ballpark and we get a big table and the the concourse deal that they have, you set up a table full of Holiday Island stuff and talk to
I got a
people.
Tulsa Drillers hat, so.
There you go, yeah. So talking to them about that, so we're gonna have to approach that subject probably on next month's meeting, put it on the agenda to do just that, to talk about getting some merchandise type stuff to start using in certain situations. Nothing we can afford probably to get enough to go in every parade right at this second, but at least for the projects that we could go to, such as the Naturals. That's a really big thing, and not to mention so he's on the Native Association with us, and has really extremely helpful and going to be making it at a very affordable rate for us. They're really pulling for us. I mean, they're, hey man, we'll figure out a different rate. We understand you're just getting started. I mean, they get it.
Mhm.
An A&P commission is in its infancy for probably 3 years. We're not out of diapers yet, so.
Yep.
But at any rate, so we'll move forward with some merchandise talk in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, the little rubber bracelets that you could
Yes.
have Holiday Island and then have the website
That's right,
on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
And that's something that they could
Yeah.
hang on to,
for
you
sure.
know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. Koozies and all the other
Yep,
stuff,
yep.
so. I'll have a list together before next meeting so we can kind of look at it, and prices and all that stuff.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Ready? Anything else on this one?
No, I think that's it on the parade talk.
All right. New items for the Ozark Rocks magazine. Back to you, Ben.
Yep, so, the mayor actually forwarded me an email, and I guess they were sending information somewhere else and they caught it, so he forwarded it to me, and it's a good publication. It's good. It has a lot of coverage and that sort of thing. I'm having to look, as a matter of fact, let me put that up, the cost of that. Do you have a paper or a, do you know that by chance?
Thought I did,
I'll pull it up. But it looks like it would be a good opportunity for us to get into, and like their half-page deal was pretty affordable, and it looks pretty impressive what they did last year. It's pulling up here. Their 2025 edition that they pulled up. I mean, it looks spectacular, but it goes in a lot of different markets. Tulsa's one of them. You know, we've got a pretty good pull from Tulsa coming over here all the time, Eureka Springs and that sort of thing, a lot. So there's a pretty heavy dose in that region, but I think it would be good coverage as far as where they actually are putting this, not to mention the digital side of it, and that sort of thing. I'm trying to find the cost real quick, I'm sorry. I thought I entered that when I sent you the email, but I may not have.
yeah, I don't think that was with the email.
Okay.
Because it doesn't show any impression.
Here it is, I found it. Okay, so they got a back cover, it's $1,250, that's out of our league. Sorry, it just increased here. The inside front or inside back is $9.95. Page 3 premium spot $9.25. A full page inside the magazine somewhere $8.95. A half page is $6.25 and a quarter page is $4.25. Those are the two I was considering that we might get into that half page. We're going to be in, you know, the tourism guide that's getting ready to come out next month. You know, we've got our pretty good spot there that was a pretty good price. This looks even like maybe a better deal, now that I'm kind of studying how, you know, the amount of publications they put out, where they're putting them, and that sort of thing, compared to our tourism guide. This matches up pretty good. And for $625, I think it's a half page. I think we need to not mess around with little quarter page things. We're trying to get started here, and if we have the money to use it and get noticed better, we need to do it.
I'm just looking
Out
at
the
our
gates.
budget for 26 and advertising, printed materials, we only budgeted 1750,
Mm-hmm.
and for online, 1,000.
Yeah, and I think some.
We're pretty light on what we budgeted. We budgeted the most for grants for events.
Right, right. Yeah, the online advertising and print, you know, some of that kind of, because anytime you do the print, it goes digital. I mean, it's kind of for both. So I think when we were talking about and how those were separated, that's kind of really one number for the overall print and digital, if you will. So how much was the total on the print?
So printed materials was 1750 for the year.
And then digital 1,000?
Digital.
And then digital was another 1,000, right?
1,000.
So about 2,700.
So we can
bucks.
tie those two together, correct?
Right, yeah, because of the way it shakes out when you do the advertising, you know, I mean, this is gonna go on their website and be digital too, so where do you really apply that in the?
That's right. So it's print, but it's actually print and
digital.
digital.
You know, now, there is such thing as just straight digital, cost, just such as the, commercial we just did on KNWA. It was $500 and, that I know of, that's not going on any print. See, so that is straight digital. But I think for our purposes, we need to use both those figures as one kind of advertising, digital and print. You know, I think when we when we split them up, we decided that that's kind of how it would probably shake out. So that's, in my head, I've been going off about $2,500. And right now, we're 500 in on the commercial, and the tourism guide, which was, you remember what that was? I don't recall.
13.
Was it 12, or is it a little over $1,000, right? It's like $1,250, I think you're right. I think you're close to
Somewhere
that.
around 1,300.
You know, so we're bumping up. I mean, that's two big ones out of the way, but you're looking at what to really do the rest of the year as far as print goes. This publication, let me make sure real quick.
I'm not sure I have the final version of this budget, because it looks like here, we didn't budget anything for billboard.
Well, we discovered that we're just not in a
We're
league
not
for
in a
billboards.
position for
I looked at
billboards right
another
now.
one. I was gonna bring up that too, but I did look at another one that's available right now with Lamar, and she got the contract and everything, but it's $450 a month, you know, for 7 months, and that's $32 whatever $100, and that's probably the cheapest billboard we could find, and it's in a good spot and everything. It would be, I would love to have it. I mean, it would be really great, but we just don't have. That's why I'm thinking we need to go after these areas and publications that we can get for $625 and get a half page that goes out to, you know, yeah, there's a lot of people driving by that billboard, but we're not spending $3,500 either. So, you know, that's kind of what we're forced to get to here as far as that goes. Now, you know, part of the budget, do we have something separate, you know, such as the Naturals wanting to do a deal with us? Where's that going to fall? I mean, that's not really a print or a online deal. That's going to be in our miscellaneous figures potentially. And if I remember right, did we have?
We have reserve grant funding,
Right.
and we've only got $1,700 in that.
Okay.
We put the biggest amount in the grants for events, but I think, because when we want to do some money for the fireworks.
Right. That's right. Yeah. So there's a firework deal, the 4th of July stuff. So.
I think that's kind of what we need.
Yeah, it's tough. We got a pretty
Yeah.
thin budget, darn it. Well, you know, maybe we should not do the publication, because
just
we
yet.
do have some events coming up that we are gonna be around, and then we got the Eureka stuff to jump on. So we got the tourism publication going, and we have a little commercial out. But, you know, that's for this month, obviously, only, but that's pretty decent start for what we have.
Yeah,
And I know the little commercial that goes on my Facebook, I share it every time I see it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw it again yesterday. Yeah, they're showing it.
And
But,
some of the money that we've already had to spend because of the building the website and that stuff, we won't have that again.
That's right, that's why I'm saying.
And so we'll
It's
be
kinda-
able
there's-
to,
There's some fixed costs there
Yeah.
or not fixed costs, actually, just one-time charges that won't be applying going forward.
right,
We're still setting up. You
Yeah.
know, so it's kind of, I think we said last year, 2027 will probably be the first year we really are able to have probably a $10,000 advertising budget or something, maybe, you know. But until then, we're still paying to get set up. You know, the firewall, that was a big chunk of money.
Yep.
The .gov, you know, they keep throwing these new rules at us, and it costs money. So, okay, well, let's just stay out of the public. We're good in the tourism guide that's coming out, and we've got this commercial going. Let's save the money for other stuff going forward. There'll be plenty to spend on, so.
but next year doing a budget, remembering that we are the advertising and promotion
That's
commission.
right.
So advertising needs to be,
Yep, it is. Yep, it does. Once we get a bigger budget to do so, we'll get in there, but, yeah, so, okay, we're good. We're not gonna do that.
All right.
We'll stay out of that.
All right. Little more billboard. Are we gonna do it?
Yeah, I've kind of mentioned about that. It's just out of our league. Once again, it's got too much money, so. I wanted those things on the agenda I wish I had the research kind of already done by then, but I wanted it to get on there just in case.
and that's gonna be the same for the billboard idea too.
Just
Yeah.
not gonna worry about it.
For right now.
We just don't have the funds to do
That's right. Mhm.
All right, meeting stipend for A&P commissioners?
Yeah, so there was some more research done about that. There's quite a bit to it. Tabby was able to get some answers from the CAPC on kind of what they do and that sort of thing. But there's more to go on it. There's a little bit of, I mean, it would have to be even something that the city would have to run through, because based on the state legalities of it, you have to go through a local, government, whatever government you're going through to have that established. But before that, we had to basically hand that to them and say, here's what we came up with. Again, our budget's pretty thin. I don't know what we're capable of doing compared to what other A&Ps may be doing, but yeah, it's quite a bit of money. I mean, I know it's not much per meeting. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you got 6 commissioners and it adds up. It adds up quick. But then again, so does our time and mileage and that sort of thing. So I think it could be that it's not a stipend situation, it's a reimbursement. And to start keeping mileage and that sort of, that's what everybody else is kind of pretty much doing. Is a reimbursement program based on, there's some, probably a format for that, a template or something to go by.
Well, for me personally, I do not wanna get paid to attend
Yeah.
these meetings.
Sure,
I'm on this commission as a member of the city council.
sure,
I'm
that's
not
right,
paid on the council either,
that's right.
so I wanna continue that
Okay,
on this. I do think, at least you then, because you go to NATA meetings and other things for us,
yeah,
that I would like to get something in the budget that we could reimburse you for your
Yeah,
expenses.
Sure.
Yeah.
that should be there.
yeah, okay, that'd be great. Man, I just don't.
Rather than paying all the commissioners.
Yeah.
Right, I hear that. And I'm here too, on a volunteer basis, came here, didn't expect
Yeah.
anything different whatsoever.
But you didn't wait- you
But
didn't
just
expect
kind of
me to
researching
dive
on how
into it.
others do it and what they're doing and that sort of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, maybe we need to look at that a little bit. So why don't I figure out how the reimbursement protocol goes with other ones, and we'll look at that in maybe next meeting or the next, it's
Yeah,
no
figure
rush.
out where in our budget that would come.
Right, we'll have to we'll figure it out, and it may not be till next year or whatever, and that's fine, we'll
I'm
figure it.
thinking if you only do it when you go to NATA, maybe that's another line item on your.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, exactly, and that's
Yeah.
all it would really need to apply for, not for these meetings, we're here. Yeah, so,
But you do other
That's-
traveling for
yeah, the
the
content,
commission.
sure, content creation and that sort of thing, but, that's all kind of part of it, so it'll work out. But yeah, a reimbursement protocol of some sort that we can go by, maybe we can do that, and just kind of mileage and a per meeting something. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But that's what I found, there's not much stipend stuff going on, that you get into some gray area on conflict of matters that come up out of that, so people stay away from it. Most A&P commissions are all volunteer-based commissions, so, I mean, that's what we are. So, okay, well, we'll look at that, and I'll maybe come up with something to propose next meeting.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty, anything else over on that one?
No,
Got
that's
the
it.
stipends taken care of. Any commissioner comments? I see everybody survived the ice storm.
Yeah, we got out of that, yeah. I guess I was gonna mention a little bit something about the commercial that's playing through the month, that sort of thing. There are people messaging me and say, hey, we saw the commercial. I was like, all right, so people are seeing it, like, they're not just playing it at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
It's actually during the Olympics. Yeah, they gave me a schedule and everything. I was like, yeah, I want to know when these are playing. So watch and make sure they're playing it, They said, now, sometimes, they warned me, they may have to switch around that schedule or whatever, but it ends up, we're getting in more than the 10 that they guaranteed us.
Oh, well, very
It's
good.
good, we're gonna be
Wow,
about 20
that's
times
great.
or more. Yeah, so,
Good.
yeah, and that's another outfit that's really working with us. She offered some more stuff for the Olympics, we just don't have the money for it, but she was giving it like half price to us. like they're pulling for us. They really want us to get involved. So it's, I mean, I wish we had the money. I would have been all over half price to get, you know, on a 30-second commercial during the Olympics. That's, yeah. But for $500, I thought that was a bargain.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
I think so. So anyway, that was
Well,
kind of it. Back on the map on the commercial business.
all right. Any online comments, questions?
No, unfortunately, I was not able to get this thing running. I don't know what happened between our meetings or whatever, but it's recording voice.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll have
Apologize
that.
for the online.
Yeah, and it shows it's live here, but it doesn't show us.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, I'm not gonna come up to me when I do that.
I think it is. It shows that it's recording our voice, so,
I'll check it out.
yeah.
Any public comments?
We have a public today.
Yes, that's
Yay.
right.
See that?
We do. We have a couple of people in the public, so great.
I'm Steve Falkowski from Chili Cook Golf. I'm gonna be applying for a $500 grant.
Okay.
We'll use that money, just like last year, we'll probably buy an ad in the fund guide and the Times that come.
Okay, great.
So did it work last year? Did it help out a lot last year?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah, last year was a pretty decent turnout.
I'll get that in a couple weeks.
Okay, that sounds great. We'll be happy to do it. It'll be,
Thanks.
All right.
you're welcome.
Oh, you're gonna make me get up.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
I think you know.
you can't sit down all the time.
That's okay. I just came primarily to apologize for, I didn't fill out the form that we wanted to for our host thing, and you were kind enough to give us some money last year for October.
Oh, yeah.
So I filled that out, and finally gave it to Barb.
Okay,
And we're gonna be applying for again, we'll do the same thing again this year. In April, we're gonna have a comedy music show in the barn, and I'm gonna fill out one of those for some advertising. It's gonna be very small,
cool.
probably $100 or so.
Yeah,
But just to let you know, but primarily I want to do that. What I really want to do is come and tell you that I think I've got a trailer. It'd be a nice thing to do something in one of these parades, and Ben's way ahead of me. on
oh,
that,
that's so great. We're on the same page, man. I love it.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Just call me, we'll work on it.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, we absolutely will. Yeah,
There's no cost of the parades. You can-
right, right. That's why I was
Just have to
like,
sign up ahead of time.
all we gotta do is get the people to get together, out, you know, decorate the trailer and put those screens on it.
Find
and-
somebody to drive, because last time I
Yeah.
drove, my daughter's band was actually on the trailer.
Oh.
A couple of times, she said, "Damn near threw me off."
Yeah,
But here's the problem, the parade is like this.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
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 Our trucks,
Yeah.
a little touchy, and when a rugrat runs out in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to
Yeah,
stop.
you're gonna suck, and they're gonna
No
run
matter what
out.
happens to the people on the trailer.
Yeah, right.
It actually is a lot of fun. It's more fun to be in a parade than to
Yes.
watch.
Sure,
It
yeah,
is.
for sure. I think that would help motivate other people to get behind our efforts here and go
Yeah.
join us and
And
get on the
we have
float.
enough,
and-
probably 4-passenger golf carts
Right,
among here that, like, the mayor and dignitaries could ride it to you
yes,
guys or whatever.
that's what we
Right.
need, that's what we need. Yeah, we need to look like they do in other
That's the
parades.
nice thing about the fire truck, you can put.
That's
people in the
right.
back of the
Oh,
You
fire
sure
truck.
can.
It'll run.
That's right.
I guess we got a mechanic though, don't we?
Well, we just got a mechanic.
We do now. We could have Parker look at it.
We could make this thing run, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I love it. I think that'd be a great idea if we could have that thing in those parades along with our little trailer
for
park. Yeah, yeah.
Hi-Ha owns one, a trailer someplace, but I'll be darned if I know where they put it.
Okay.
We used it, if you remember, a long time ago, when we were first becoming a city.
Oh, when we stood up in the trailer
Yeah,
out there?
that's that's Hi-Ha's trailer. I can't remember where we stored it, but we remodeled it so you guys could get up and give your little speeches. But,
But maybe it's behind the fire station?
well, that's where we used it, but it's not there now. I'll check on
We'll
that too,
check
'cause
it.
that would be a permanent thing that we could put.
Well, sure, yeah.
Behind the barn or something, and then.
Just leave the frame on it
Leave
to
the frame on it.
drive it into town and outfit it and go. Yeah. Okay. Well, is that all the public comments?
Any more public comments? All righty, scheduling. Looks like our next meeting is March 16th.
March 16th, okay.
Couple days after the parade.
Yeah. That's right. So,
When is the first parade?
14?
14th.
14th? What, which one is it? Is that,
Oh, St. Patrick's.
St. Patrick's, there's only one.
I always have my green on too.
I might be able to
And
get
my
some
name
high
is
school
Patrick,
students
so
to get
there you
over.
go.
You're almost there.
I'm almost there.
Is that meeting time good for
And I am
everybody?
Irish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 16th?
16th?
I'm pretty sure you're
Yep.
not.
Good
Works
for you,
for
Miss
me.
Sharon?
Say that.
The meeting on the 16th, good
Yes.
for you? All
If
right.
you were Irish, I could pronounce your last name.
Yeah.
All righty, any more announcements?
We dropped the
No,
ball.
I don't think so.
Right.
I will move to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank y'all for being here.